Hello, hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly forecast for June 22nd through the 28th. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead with this lovely deck here, and then we're going to pull an affirmation for you all from this deck here. So without further ado, my darlings, let's see what's happening for you guys in this retrograde energy. The new moon we had, solstice, summer solstice, new moon. We've had some eclipses coming in back to back. So let's see what's coming up for you guys in the week ahead and what it's sending into motion for you in the coming weeks, because the energies we're in right now are very thematic. Like, they're going to be bringing up themes for us. So let's see what's happening this week and what it's bringing for you down the road. Alrighty, Capricorn. So your first card here is Five of Fire, and the message here listed on the card says competing goals, bothersome details, and conflicts with others. You guys are like, oh, great. Yeah, wonderful. First card off the bat. You know, it can sound very intimidating or troublesome. However, and I'm not saying this is a Pollyanna. I'm saying this from my own experience. Couple of things about this card. Number one, this card seems to come up when somebody has been going through an awakening and they're beginning to break away from the people and the things that have been holding them back. They're becoming more aware of where the problem is. You know, one of the most common questions I get when people come to me for readings is, where am I blocked? Where am I blocked and how can I unblock it? When I see Five of Fire, your eyes are opening up. You're seeing where the blocks are, right? Like, you're seeing who's making you doubt yourself, or you're seeing who's not being a true friend to you, or who's kind of interrupting your flow, or who's making it difficult for you to stay consistent with your flow. So I tend to see Five of Fire come up as one of the awakening cards, or one of the experiences people have that comes in when they're at that crossroads and they're waking up. Also, Five of Fire, if you are somebody who is self-employed, or you're trying to put something out there in terms of like a service or something that you're offering independently, Five of Fire can be very good, because it means that you are in with the big boys and girls. It means that you're out on the scene and you're being seen as competition. You're being seen as another provider or service or vendor that the established companies have to look out for now, right? Like, they're going to try to stay competitive to, you know, make sure that people aren't running over off to you. And I know that can sound stressful, because you're like, well, you know, I don't want to compete with other people. But this is the thing about being self-employed. If you're trying to do something self-employed, you have to remind yourself the universe is an abundant universe, right? There's enough for everybody, and the right people are going to come to you. So going forward with that mindset is going to help a lot. But when we have this card come up, it means you're playing with the big boys and girls, right? Even if it's not self-employment, maybe it's a situation at work and there's some tensions happening, or you feel like people, coworkers are maybe challenging you or stepping up to you. You're being seen as a threat. You are being seen as an intimidating force. So just because there's conflict in your life, or just because you might feel there's tension or conflicts from others, it's not necessarily meaning that it's bad for you. Sometimes it's an indication that you're doing really well. You just have to be in control and not allow yourself to get caught up in it, right? Just take it as like a sign that you're headed in the right direction, but don't stoop down to their level, or don't get into conflict. Some of you might have a situation you're being approached with, like with friends or family, where there's a conflict. And in that situation, Five of Fire can mean that this is something that's never really truly going to get resolved. Like, you guys aren't going to change each other's minds. You will just go on and on and on and on forever and ever about it, right? Like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, right? Like, it just goes on forever. So you might want to make sure you're not allowing yourself to get distracted in that type of a situation, and save your energy and your time for things that are going to make you happier. Your next card here, Cappy, is is the Knight of Fire. And Knight of Fire is about decisions, having to make a decision and not having a whole lot of time to make that decision. Now, it can mean a completely different thing if we're looking at it in the sense of a love reading, but you guys who watch my videos, you know I try to focus on all the other areas of life when I do the weekly readings. I do once a month a love reading where I focus only on romance. But then in the weeklies, I try to keep love out of it and I try to focus on the other areas of life. So when we're not looking at love and romance, this card can mean a sudden event that needs immediate attention. And it says here, time is of the essence. Think things through carefully, right? So a fast decision. You don't have a lot of time to make this decision. Sometimes this can be someone who's very passionate, adventurous, self-assured, even restless. It could be you feeling in that energy. You might be feeling a little feisty, Capricorn. You might be feeling a little restless this week, and you may be feeling like you want action, like you're wanting to take steps, you're wanting to choose a direction and to just kind of go. One more thing I will say about this card before I move on. Knight of Fire can sometimes also indicate ultimatums. Like someone's giving you an ultimatum. However, Capricorn, I feel for you guys, in your case, I feel like you're the one who's giving the ultimatum. Or you're the one who's like drawing hard lines this week. Where you're like, you know what? This is how it's going to be if we're going to continue moving forward together. Whether it's a work situation, whether it's friends, family, love, whatever it might be. I feel like you're kind of laying down the law, Capricorn. Or at least you're wanting to. I feel the energy is very kind of determined and feisty and like you don't want to play games. You don't want to go back and forth, right? Especially with that first card, that Five of Fire. It's that ongoing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a tennis match. And you don't want to do it anymore. You don't want to do it anymore. So some of you are really laying down the rules, the rules and the expectations that you have. That's the vibe I'm getting from this card for you guys. Your next card here is Three of Fire. So Capricorn, you guys are not a fire sign, but every single one of your cards have been fire. And this is not a new deck. This deck I've had for a long time. I've done so many readings with it. I've shuffled it so many times. But this is a really good indication that you guys have a lot of fire energy. And if I'm not mistaken, that has happened for you guys in the last few readings. Maybe not every week back to back. But if I remember correctly, Capricorn, you've had several readings where you've had a lot of fire cards, right? So either if you have fire in your chart, that aspect of you is really coming to the surface. You're really kind of leaning on that fire side of you to be in the driver's wheel right now, driver's seat right now. If you are not, don't have fire in your chart or significant placements, fire placements, you're still very driven. You have that motivation, you have that drive, you have that like, this is the time, it's time to move towards change. You're not playing, right? And Three of Fire here in this link is, in this deck, is listed as abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. Three of Fire is what you might have heard in a lot of decks as Three of Wands. Okay? And Three of Wands is expansion. You're making long-term plans, absolutely. But it's kind of like, again, once you've stepped out of the box, you can't go back in. You've had some kind of awakening where you can't go back to the old life. It's just not going to happen. So now Three of Fire is basically saying, you're awake, you've seen through the garbage, you've seen through the BS, you know what isn't working for you, you know what you want. There's only one direction to go in, is forward, is to take the steps. Because going backwards is not an option. And you're tired of stagnation. You're tired of the same old. So you're like, you know what? Even if it's uncomfortable, even if I feel a little bit vulnerable, even if I'm uncertain, any movement is better than no movement. And you're taking steps. You're taking action towards your dreams, your plans, your ideas. I feel some of you are just in this energy where you're like, you know what? You're completely and totally putting ego aside and you're taking a chance on something you've wanted to do for a very long time. And you're like, you know what? If it's successful, awesome. If not, big whoop, big deal, right? I've had other disappointments in my life. I'll get over it. Like the ego is a side to where you're not even worried about failing. And in all honesty, that's when a lot of people find success, when they just kind of do the plan and move forward and do what they're feeling guided to do, and they get outside of their head. They stop worrying about what everybody else thinks about it. They stop worrying about, is it gonna be successful or not. They're like, we're just gonna give it a shot, and whatever happens happens. That's actually a form of surrender. Okay, and surrender is very important when it comes to manifesting, because we want to take action steps, but we also don't want to be suffocating the energy. All right, your next card here, Capricorns, is the Knight of Air. And here, these are the characteristics of somebody who is intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. This can absolutely be your energy. You may be stepping into this energy. You might be dealing with someone that has this energy, or someone who is an air sign. Now, the message here at the bottom says, events that occur with great speed, take time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. So this could also be like how we talked about, you're feeling very driven. And the Knight of Air, even though it can indicate these characteristics, and even though it could indicate carefully considering options and solutions, it can indicate that timing, something is happening very quickly. So I feel, Capricorn, that you guys are really kind of aligned with this new moon energy, and you're going for it, and you're manifesting very quickly. I wouldn't be surprised. I would give you guys this homework assignment before I pull your affirmation for the week. I would say every single day, write for like 5 or 10 minutes. Just document your day. Just what happened in that day. And go back after the next full moon and look at it. And you're going to see like this rapid progression, or you're going to see you're going to see things unfolding. You're going to see how things are unfolding. A lot of the times we don't notice. Like what big changes are happening. So I feel like changes are coming to you very, very quickly. That this is the shift. This is like a rapid, fast-moving shift. Let's go ahead and check out your affirmation. And as always, my dears, I encourage you to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those may resonate with you more than others. They might add a little extra information that can be very helpful. Or you may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to click on the Calendly link, you can schedule a private reading with me there. All right, Cappies. So you have, the more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. So celebrate the victories, no matter how small. That's going to be handy for you in that little journaling exercise I gave you, where you're keeping track or keeping record. Okay. Allow yourself to receive that gratitude, appreciating the small victories. It's like you're allowing yourself to taste. You're allowing yourself to receive. I would encourage you to check out your moon sign and rising sign, and maybe take those affirmations and put them together, or switch them up in the coming week. That could be very helpful for you guys. Alrighty, my dears. And the green is really jumping out at me. So I think this week is a good time for you Capricorns to do any kind of heart chakra energy. Heart chakra meditations, heart chakra clearing. Look up heart chakra sound baths, heart chakra affirmations. You're opening up to receive at this time, Cappies. Okay. Again, if you want more love reading type energy or love type topics, you can watch the love readings linked in the description of the video. If you want to check out the channeled angel messages for June, those are linked in the description of the video as well. The July channeled angel messages and July love readings are going to be popping up in the coming week. So if you hit subscribe and the notification bell, you'll get notices when those are posted. And I will be announcing at the end of the week the winners of the free 30-minute giveaway and the winner of the bracelet that I'm giving away. One person's going to win the Angel Light bracelet that I posted on social media, and one person's going to win a free 30-minute reading. So I'm going to pick one person from Instagram, one person from Facebook, and we're gonna announce, or I'll announce it at the end of the week. And you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to share the post. You don't have to tag your friends. I'm just seeing who's jumping out at me from the comments and the likes, and I'm picking the winner in that way. So I'm going to continue every single month giving away a free 30-minute reading and a different prize. Alrighty, my darlings? So I thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.